Hello everyone, Mizan here from weDevs. I am the Community Relations Manager of weDevs. We are pretty excited to restart our meetups and online events from weDevs community. Today, we are going to introduce our brand ambassadors living around the world. Uh, we'll listen to their stories, like what they do, why they have decided to join weDevs brand ambassador program, and also the WordPress ecosystem, how they think online business should need community and also ambassadors for taking their business into the next step. After that, we will get to know each other, and talk about them. We'll learn something about them and their views and opinions about how a community can impact, and there are different types of business related issues or event that a community can relate to, and also a community can help a business to grow. After we get to know each other, we'll have a small lightning talk, a quick talk on how a brand ambassador program can impact a business in a COVID world. This session would be taken by one of our brand ambassador. I will declare the name later, but let's talk about something about WeDev's community relations and a lot of initiatives that WeDev's community relations takes. WeDevs Community Relations is relatively a new segment from WeDevs, launched back in November 2019. We have started the community with the vision to educate, empower, and help businesses and online businesses to grow. One of the initiative of this community relations is brand ambassador program. This program has been started with the vision to empower local communities with local representative from WeDevs. So, without further ado, let me introduce our brand ambassadors with you. So, I'm going with our first brand ambassador. Uh, Let me introduce Kafle from Nepal.
Hi, I'm Sandile Kavle. I'm from Nepal. Currently, I'm one of the reps of theme review team in WordPress.org, and besides that, I'm the WeDevs brand ambassador for Nepal chapter. Besides that, I am the co-founder of Template Sale, theme and plugin marketplace. And besides that, I'm also passionate about writing reviews about WordPress products. And yeah, I always love with WordPress, and I always fun having with WordPress.
Thank you, Kafle. I'm introducing our next ambassador, Jose Arcos from Spain.
Hello everyone, I'm Jose from Spain.
Let me introduce Farooq Hassan from Pakistan.
Hello guys, I'm Farooq Hassan from Pakistan.
Let me introduce Olga Gekler from Russia.
Hi everyone, I'm Olga from Russia.
Let me introduce Septem Zahir from India.
Hello everyone, I am Septem from India, based in New Delhi.
Let me introduce Julian from Malaysia. You're muted, Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian Song from Malaysia.
Thank you. Let me introduce Franco from Ecuador.
Hi everyone, I'm Franco. I'm happy to be here.
Let me introduce Michelle Frichet from United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Michelle and I'm in New York in the United States.
Last but not least for today, let me introduce Anthony.
Good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm Anthony and I'm from Australia.
Thank you, everyone. So these are our brand ambassadors at this moment. And we also have 3 more brand ambassadors at this moment. One from Cameroon, one from Bhutan, and one from Lebanon. Our brand ambassador from Cameroon is having a sciatic nerve sort of issue, and he is on rest. And our ambassador from Lebanon is having honeymoon. He recently got married. And our another brand ambassador is held with the Ministry of Labor in Bhutan, in his country. So they send hello to all of you, and hopefully they will be soon with us in the next episode. So I'm going to ask a few questions to our brand ambassador, then we'll move forward. So my first question would be to all of you, one by one. Tell us something about yourself and what you do. Going with Michelle.
I am my full-time job. I am the head of customer success at Give WP, and really enjoy doing that. Within the WordPress community, I volunteer for Big Orange Heart, and I also do as far as marketing with WordPress as well. I have 3 cats. I mean, I do all kinds of things at home as well, and an adult daughter in New York as well.
Thank you. Zaiba, please introduce yourself like Michelle did.
Yeah. Hi, this is Septem. I run my own web solutions business in Delhi, and I am co-organizer of WordPress Delhi NCR meetup group. I was lead organizer of Wordcamp Delhi in 2017. We basically organize meetups on different topics related to WordPress. Since this COVID started, we are doing it through webinars. That's it from my side.
Anthony, please share something about yourself.
Good evening, good morning. I'm an old developer. I started back in 1993, believe it or not. I've since gone from, started my own business in WordPress development. I think project manager is probably the hat I wear these days, business owner, a father, and those are my key talents.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go for the next question, but before that, let us share the feed. Take a moment and share to our audience, so we get more audience who will be, listening and watching us, and they are going to learn something about our stories. So please take a moment and share the live feeds to your profiles. And we have few exciting news to the audience who will be with us today, like some deals from weDevs and how you can join weDevs and a lot of other things. Please be with us. So my question would be to Jose. How did you get started with WordPress?
Well, I started as a freelance, do small website for, small sites and professional business, etc. But my first professional experience was with a Spanish-based group agency called Mecus. They were one of the pioneers in the WordPress Spanish community. And after that, I have been working with different companies worldwide, such as On The Go System, the creators of WPNL, or Pragmatic Agency. And actually, I'm working with Curotech, an American and Pennsylvania-based agency.
Thank you so much. And moving with my next question, I'm going to ask to Michelle. What is something that you think people skip or don't focus on when they are building a community, and that would make the community and them better?
I think things that people don't think about is making sure that you have the infrastructure built out first, so that you've got your brand guidelines, that you've got your social media areas set up, and that you're prepared to respond and have a team that will work with that community. I think people have the mindset that if you build it, they'll just show up, but there needs to be more to it to actually be able to build that community.
That is a very wonderful answer. Yeah, that's right. Some people share that giving time to the community is kind of in their word it feels like giving time to the community is a kind of waste of time. Do you actually think it is a kind of waste of time? Uh, Michelle, you can answer this one.
No, it's not a waste of time at all because building your community actually helps build your brand. So if you are part of a greater community, like we're all part of WordPress, then building a sub-community within that actually helps build your brand and get evangelists and ambassadors and affiliates talking about your program and your products as well.
Cool. My next question would be to Farouk. What even happened that introduced you to the WordPress community? It's a pretty interesting. We all have some interesting kind of situation and experience to share. Would you, Farouk, tell us what was how you happened to introduce to WordPress community?
One of my cousins was working, Usman Khalid was working for WordPress Community Karachi. He introduced me to the WordPress Community Karachi, and I worked as an organizer for the first time for the very first Wordcamp of Pakistan, Wordcamp Karachi 2018. And I worked as a volunteer wrangler, and it was very fun working with WordPress community. And it urged me to work more and more for the community. Uh, after the first WordCamp, I co-organized the second and the third WordCamps of Pakistan, and as well as volunteered in the WordCamp Asia 2020, which was unfortunately cancelled due to COVID situation. Now I'm here as a brand ambassador of weDevs. Happy to be.
Thank you. Thank you, Farooq. So my next question would be to Olga, but before the question, I would have some plot behind it because some of us are already contributing to the global WordPress team, like Olga is doing in the marketing, and Kafle is actually on the theme team. So he's one of the theme lead reviewer, so they actually knows the importance of contributing towards the community. So Olga, the question to you would be why having a community is very important.
It's because you can make an impact. If you think that something is wrong or doing in a direction you don't like, you can take part and make this happening in a way you can like. Sometimes you can find out that it's much more deeper than you thought. Some problem or feature you want to build in, and you starting to understand the deep levels of system and make more familiar with it and improve your skills, as well as participating with other people. You just make friends and be more happy and rich life. It's really make a difference. And you muted.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that I'm muted. So we're talking about community. So moving forward with some more questions about community. So my next question would be to Franco from Ecuador. What is your favorite thing about the WordPress community?
Well, WordPress changed my life. I used WordPress to make simple page in the year 2008. But I always say that WordPress saved my life because in the year 2013, when I come to Ecuador for the second time, I ended up sleeping on the street. The short story is that I signed contract with unserious people. I spent several days on the street sleeping with my travel bag and my computer. And I could have sold my computer, but I remember WordPress, and I say to myself, you have an easy tool to make a website and marketing knowledge. So I went out to offer my service for a very low price, of course. So little by little, I was able to buy food, rent a room, get good jobs, and then launch myself as a freelancer. And today I have my agency and clients all over the world. But I am very clear that all those good things happen to me thanks to many people who work every day making and improving a software called WordPress. So when I say WordPress saved my life, I mean that the WordPress community saved my life. Uh, each, each and every one of the people who ever collaborated in the community. So when I say so many, I see, I'm sorry. So when I see so many people improving WordPress today, I think they are not making software; they are making many people's life better.
That's wonderful. Yeah, and it's wonderful that we all have different stories regarding our life, career, things like that. And it's wonderful to listen to your stories, things like that. So I have the same question to Julian. Same question. What is your favorite thing about WordPress community? Because you are from the Central Asia, so uh, you have different kind of community reach out. So you can answer this better.
Okay, the WordPress community is a bit different than others. The community is, I mean, we help each other, and we grow with each other. That is something very unique, and is I mean, the community itself is, I mean, we don't have any language borders. I mean, and if we don't have any understanding, we just go to the group, go to the community to ask questions, and there always someone there to help you. They always there's someone there to support you, to help each other, to make us our even not only WordPress, even you have all with your business kind of stuff. You go to those WordPress community, ask, they always someone to answer to you. So there's something very special. And even like if I go to like a country like Taiwan and Hong Kong kind of things, it's the same. Every community is the same. So we just have to every community just try to help each other to grow better and to be better life, to have better life, just I think go saying.
That's wonderful. So my next question is to Zahir Bhai from India. So the question would be, do you think building a community is only limited to Facebook? Because some of the businesses actually only focuses on building Facebook groups and Facebook activities. So do you only think that community is limited to Facebook?
No, I don't think building community is limited to Facebook because see, community is not limited to internet. When it is community, you need to have in-person events. You need to have other events where you can go together. You can organize the events, and it is not only just the Facebook. There are other platforms like meetup.com, which is provided by WordPress. We use that also to schedule meetups and other things. And it has to be a combination of both online and offline initiatives.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, we should focus for both online and offline activities, and we shouldn't limit ourselves only to Facebook. And the focus of a community should be more customer centric, and what communities is speaking about, and what community want to share the message about, and we should listen to that, and we should act on that. And that requires a lot of different sort of activities which we are trying to do from WeDevs communities, different communities. So my next question would be to Kafle. My question is similar. What makes you excited about the future of WordPress, moving from community to WordPress?
There is no any alternative competitor with WordPress till now because WordPress is the leading CMS and a leading website development platform. So that's WordPress always have better future for more years. I think till my active time or till my period, I think WordPress there will be no any other competitor for WordPress. So rely on WordPress, live with WordPress. We can easily do that. And the interesting thing about WordPress is that WordPress has a huge community, and WordPress has a very good impact with all the developers and all the people who use WordPress. So the main thing is that we can easily build products, we can easily develop themes, plugins, and other, we can easily handle other services uh, in the WordPress platform. That's why WordPress is the better things that I will stay with WordPress. And the another thing is the community. Whenever I get stuck, whenever I face problem, I can ask with the community people, and I can easily get the easy solution. And besides that, the another fun part is WordCamps, because I get chance to travel around the world, and in different countries, even in within the countries or outside the countries, because of the WordCamp, and I can meet lots of developers, lots of people, lots of different people from different region, different caste, different culture, and different places, and that is what I love WordPress.
Awesome. So yeah, I would like to add something with your answer. The future of WordPress is very bright because WordPress is if we go to the technical aspect of WordPress, WordPress is adopting all of the latest development technologies, and WordPress is broadening its reaches to different sort of developers. Like even now, uh, who are better with JavaScript, they can also contribute to WordPress ecosystem, and the one that knows WordPress, they can do from the beginning anyway. So and I can also share my story. Going to WordPress events actually helped me to meet people like you, because before that I was only doing my business, freelancing, things like that. And uh, after going to WordPress conference, that is WordCamp, and meeting people around the world, it actually changed my whole perspective about WordPress, because WordPress is not only a CMS, and it's not only the leading CMS of the world, and WordPress is currently have the market traction of over 33% of web. That means in every 100 website there is 33 website built with WordPress. But what WordPress actually does is it creates networks, and it creates community, and it's the actual future. Why WordPress will survive? Because of WordPress community ecosystem, and because of WordPress open source matter, and because of WordPress helping nature. So thank you, Kafle. So maybe we had some kind of intellectual sort of question answer. So I'm going with a easy one to me, starting with Michelle. So what is your favorite beverage of choice when you are working?
I think anybody that knows me knows that I am very much into coffee. Even my podcast is about WordPress and coffee. So, but it has to have cream and sugar. I like it sweet and creamy. So, always the coffee. And I haven't had my coffee yet today. So, forgive
It's
me if
okay.
I'm sleepy.
So I'm asking same question to Olga. Olga, what is your favorite beverage?
I can drink everything, but I prefer sparkling water.
Okay. So why?
Really, I have bottles after bottles of sparkling water.
Awesome. So I do have my coffee and also water with me. So I like both, because sometimes when I'm sleepy, I need coffee. When I'm stressed and I'm feeling sleepy for some reason, not sleepy but tired. When I take water intake, I feel better. So these are my uh, beverage of choice when I'm working. So I'm asking the same question to Zahir Bhai, because I'm asking from different, part of the world. So people have some idea and understanding what types of beverage we prefer when we're working.
My favorite is tea, which we call chai in India, and
Uh-huh.
I need a cup of tea every half an hour to 1 hour when I'm
Uh,
working.
cool. So Franco, what is your favorite beverage?
Mate,
Uh-huh.
Argentine mate. It's a drink like a tea.
Okay. So some is a drink like tea made with what? Uh, that
I'm
drinks
sorry.
like tea. What is the key ingredient of this drink?
No, the mate is it's a drink with hot water and grass. You know, here is the
Oh, that's awesome.
special.
Yeah,
I don't know what I say,
it says something
you know,
herbal,
it's
I guess.
hot
It's something
water
herbal.
with
Yeah, that's
yes, yes. So
yeah. Different
this is my
different part of
favorite
the world, we have
drink
different
in the
choice
world.
of beverages. And thanks goes to Michelle to help me to find questions which I should ask to you guys, because because we all of us always hang out together in every Tuesday, so it's tough to find questions to you because I know all about you kind of thing. So thanks goes to Michelle to give me some exciting questions ideas, and it was one of her brainchild question. So I'm asking the same question to Anthony.
Every morning, I start my morning with a double long black. So we have a very big coffee culture in Australia. My parents were Italian, so it has to be done the right way. So from the beans to the grinder, yep, a double long black, but it's no sugar, Michelle, no milk.
Okay. Okay, Jose, what's your favorite beverage?
I will say the beer. No, I'm just kidding.
In Australia as well. Yep.
No. To be honest, I didn't use water. I have my water bottle here from here internet and with a few
Awesome.
Wordcamp stickers. um, so I think that being hydrated during all the journey is very important, and also push you to wake up, or I mean, to go to the toilet sometimes. So you have to not be in the screen all the time. But a good coffee in the morning is something that bring me power to create
That's cool.
something
Yeah, awesome.
cool.
So we're asking question and answering question. Let's take a break, and I'm going to share some exciting news to you, all of you, and to our community, that we have more than 36 live audience joining with us from Facebook and also from YouTube. So thank you guys, and please be with us. And they have also sent some questions. But before that, I would like to share a video, and we'll take a short break while the video is playing. After that, we'll have some more question, maybe 5 or 6. Then we'll go for the next part, like our talk for today. That is the main attraction. We want to give to different businesses how they can, benefit from having a brand ambassador program. So I'm playing a video, then I will describe something exciting with the audience about this. Awesome. So we all know that Black Friday is happening from 27th, but weDevs has launched which is a Black Friday deal from yesterday, that is 23rd of November, and we'll have Cyber Monday offers also, but that's not right now. We'll talk about that later, maybe in our other show, in weDevs show, or maybe in the community shows. But if you are trying to buy any of our product, or if you are exploring any of our product, and you are not sure, uncertain whether this product should suit your business or not, we now have 12 brand ambassador from 12 different country. If you have a brand ambassador from your country, you can directly communicate with them. They will help you. They will talk with you one to one. If needed, they will have video calls with you, and they will walk you, and they will ask your concerns. They will address your concerns, and maybe it will help you to convince and take the decision and purchase our product. And right now we are offering up to 60% discount in different products. So we have a huge range of product, but as it is a community, I'm not going into that. You can avail this offer on this Black Friday. And if there is no ambassador for you, don't worry, I'm always there. You can communicate with me, and in Facebook, in Twitter, I will share later my Facebook and Twitter and email addresses, so you can communicate with me, or even with our marketing team, or support live chat. So they will address your issues, and they will help you to get the discount. And by the way, who are already our customer, already on the subscription package, don't be sad. uh, this offer is also available for you guys, and I got this confirmation from our marketing lead that you can avail these offers when you are renewing your subscription. So offer is for everyone. Okay, so moving with some technical questions. So my question would be to Kafle. Kafle, uh, what is one of the biggest WordPress mistake you have made? What did you learn from it? Please share with us. And also,
Well,
my question, last part, what is your proudest WordPress moment? So mistake, your lesson, and
well,
proudest moment. Thank you.
yeah. Actually, there is no any mistakes that I have made while doing decision that jump into WordPress. The one mistakes might be I joined WordPress quite late. I should join it a couple of years before, so I can get more exposure, and I can have some exciting things with WordPress. And the proudest moment is that when before joining with WordPress work, I was the volunteer for WordCamps, and I get a good exposure easily with lots of WordPressers in Nepal. I have a good communication with the WordPress founders, WordPress community founders here in Nepal, and it's give me a great exposure in less time, and it helps me to engage with WordPress community. So that might be the proudest moment. And another proudest moment is that I was appointed as the lead of theme review team, and I have been working as a theme review team since 2 years, and I'm happily doing that, and I'm happy for it as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would say mistake is not mistake. When we learn something from it, it is always a lesson. And uh, it actually helps us to grow ourselves, make us even better and strong. And the mistake, actually, when we address it properly, it becomes our strength, and it slowly become our uh, proudest thing. Like, from the mistake we become proud by doing something extraordinary. And I would like to share something with you guys. If I My first WordCamp as a international speaker was in Nepal, in Pokhara, WordCamp Pokhara, back in 2018, where I met Kafle and other people from Nepal. I have a huge friend list from Nepal, and Nepalese people are very jolly, and they are very hospitable, and they have given me a warm welcome, and I got great support from them. So kudos to Nepalese community and Kafle, and he's one of my favorite person from WordPress industry. And from
Thank
there,
you, thank you.
I have also met our co-founder, Mr. Nizamuddin. And before that, we were friends but never interacted. And that is how I met him. And after that, I got to know about him a lot. And he and Tarek Hassan, the founders of weDevs, become my other favorite person. And I used to follow Michelle for a long time, though I wasn't in the community, because one of my mistake, or one of my uh, sad moment, I would say, that I have joined to the community very late. So Michelle is one of my favorite person from community. So likewise, every one of you is my favorite. These are the people who actually motivated me to join into the community and share my skills. So it actually giving you the idea what would my next question. So my next question would be to Julian. Uh, who inspire you in your work, in or outside of WordPress? No problem.
Also, WordPress actually is my wife. Is my wife. She changed her industry. Every time she keep changing her industry, keep learn something new, they start from scratch. So it's very tough. I mean, it's something very tough. But I can see her, and she put a lot of effort on that. And I mean, she used to be a programmer for a bank, and then she turned to a TV host. And from TV host now she have this music center kind of thing, run her own business kind of stuff. Is everything every stage of her life is totally different. And for me, I don't quite like to go out. That's why I always stay inside behind her kind of stuff, kind of thing. Actually, joining the committee also is it took me a while. It took me to join committee. I also felt that I should join the committee much earlier than that, and to learn from everyone. Actually, learning from community is something the best what the WordPress community is, which is what I like the most.
Wonderful. Have you had your dinner already, or if is your wife is watching our live stream? If she
No,
was
she's
watching
with
you,
the
you are
kids.
having the best dinner today of this week. You know?
No.
But I totally agree with you. Our better half, or someone, not only better half, someone who backs us when we're doing something, when we are nothing, nobody, is actually something
Yes.
make us successful. So we have got some question. I mean,
Yes.
comments from different feed in YouTube. Mike said hello, hello, Mike, and on YouTube, Abdullah Ramzan from CMX Connect says, "Hey, hey, thanks for joining with us." Then Mike again said, "WordPress is wonderful." Yes, WordPress is wonderful, and WordPress actually connected all of us. Then there is another good insight from Mike that the goal of a community is to help each other to progress. Helping you is helping me. So, do you agree with Mike and Anthony? Can do you agree with Mike, and can you add something on additional with this feedback?
Certainly. Look, the theme of tonight seems to be community. I think, look at us here, all a bunch of individuals all across the world, isolated by COVID. And the common theme that has brought us together tonight is WordPress, a love for WordPress, and the community that has. I think there's no greater evidence of that than this group of people. So thank you very much for letting me be a part of that.
Awesome. Okay, Mike has corrected me with his next comment. Near 39% of the internet. Thank you, Mike. I was not sure about the current state, so I kept myself on the safe side by saying 33 plus percent of WordPress websites. So essentially, it falls into that. But thank you for giving the exact stat. And we got a comment from Kamruzaman Tuhin. Very glad to see these awesome guys at WeDevs. Love from Bangladesh. Cold weather in Pakistan. I realized after seeing Farooq Hassan. Farooq, can you say something to him? I know that you are very fond of him and you are very well connected to each other. Can you address to him, please?
Yeah, actually, it is very cold here, and also, as you know, I told you earlier that I'm not feeling very well due to climate change. That is why I am wearing this hat, this upper. Actually, this upper is from Wordcamp Lahore, so I love to wear that.
Awesome.
It was designed and decided by the Abdullah Ramzan from CMX Connect. He was my co-organizer in Wordcamp Lahore 2019.
That's cool. So
I wish I wish I could host Kamru Zaman in Pakistan. He is planning to visit Pakistan in January.
So thank you. And Tuhin Bhai is from weDevs also. He is one of the champion designer from weDevs design team. And the wonderful graphics are done by different person from design team, leading by Mr. Ashrafuddin. And we have Habibur Rahman, Kamruzzaman Tuhin, Rahan, who makes the videos and animation that you see. We also have Masum and a bunch of other guys who work in the front end, that is part of design team. But these are the people that I interact with. And thank you guys for making things happen for weDevs show, and also the community events and other weDevs marketing materials. It's privilege to have you guys and work with you. So my next question would be to Zahir Bhai. Some people says the role might contradict, like when you are a brand ambassador, this role might contradict to their job or other roles. What do you think about this concern, and which types of job holder might be right fit to become a brand ambassador along with that there are
Uh,
other?
yes, Mizan Bhai, the jobs which might contradict with your role as a brand ambassador would be something like if you are working with a plugin development company and they have a competing product, then you can't be a brand ambassador of another company in the same area. But for community organizers and also community people who are not organizer but they are active in communities, I think this role is appropriate for them. And also for people who are web hosters, web developers, uh, either WordPress developers or otherwise, the brand ambassador role gives them an opportunity to represent the company and also to earn good amount.
That's true. Thank you for answering that question and give some insight. Who wants to join weDevs as a brand ambassador if your current role doesn't contradict with what we build and what sort of service we provide, then you can definitely ask to your current employer whether you can join this program or not. And if they give you the green signal, you can communicate with me and maybe we can work together. And this is a happy family of brand ambassadors you're gonna love. We share cultures, we share food, I mean virtually shares food habits, and what do we eat and where do we go and what we are learning and how we are planning marketing things for products. And we also help each other to grow our knowledge on products. So my next question would be to Michelle. uh, why uh, why should someone sign up as an affiliate if they are not signing as a brand ambassador? Why should people uh, should sign up as an affiliate of weDevs? And I have a secondary supplementary question with this one to you. What is the difference between being an affiliate or an ambassador?
So anybody that loves the product, any of the products that are offered by weDevs should be an affiliate. If you are somebody who can influence others and like to share those kinds of opportunities, then not only do you become a bigger part of the community, but you also get some financial benefits to becoming an affiliate as well. And so affiliate marketing is it's a wonderful way to be part of the community and also increase your income. The difference between an affiliate and an ambassador is an affiliate usually is somebody who is just sharing the product and making some money on the side, as opposed to an ambassador who is really going out there as your brand, an evangelist, and really talking about it and sharing it with other people so that they don't just think about purchasing something, but also becoming part of something bigger. So when you become a brand ambassador, you are not just sharing a product, you're sharing an entire ecosystem with somebody.
That's true. Thank you. So, going into a next question, it will help developers around the world and who are following weDevs. I'm going to ask this question to Jose from Spain. What is something that you think people skip or don't focus enough on when they're building websites And if you do you think, what do you think that would make it better if they followed like SEO, accessibility, or design patterns and content? What do you think?
I think that in the process of building the website, people, I mean, between them, we don't care about performance. We usually care about performance at the end of the process when we have finished it, and then we do this performance test, Google Page Speed or whatever, and then we figure out that the site is a mess and we need to start again. So if we take care of performance from the beginning, doing some practice, good practice, like not integrating all the service into a single installation, for example, having a marketing site from one side and a store side or a membership site in another way. Having different integration in different installations, that could work better. Even if you want to integrate all the things into WordPress, I mean, if you want to have the emailing system, etc., in WordPress, you can have it, but in different integration, different installation, and synchronize between them. So yeah, that's something that we don't care too much when building, but we care a lot when the site is already working or in life.
Indeed, that's true. Yeah, thank you for answering. Hope it will help our developers to have some idea, and they will rethink before building something, and they will think how they should progress when they're building a website. So moving with my next question, and it is kind of the last intellectual and informative question to the audience, and I'm going to ask this one to Anthony, as he is running a business and he has a team around the world. So I think it right fits to him. So similar kind of question: what is something do you think people skip or don't focus enough when building a business that would make them better, like planning, marketing, making connection, etc.?
I think at the very basic or ground level, you need to think about your project management and process behind a business. So you really need, the best advice I can give is to set out, every time you do something, write a process. Every time you develop that iteration, make sure that you know the project management steps, and that combined will help you to grow your business and to be a better developer as well. So I think those at the very core of every business or every development opportunity is your processes and project management. I think those are key.
Wonderful. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And uh, this is kind of my questions. I am out of questions. I have more questions, but I don't want to keep people wait for the next session that Michelle will take. But before I go into that, I would like every one of you to share your social medias. You speak, I will present that on the screen. So I'm going with Jose. How people can find you?
The network or the social network where I'm most active is Twitter. So people can find me with my name, Jose Arcos _. Also in Facebook, I'm doing some stuff, but not too much. Mostly on Twitter. As you share my email, this is something that people can contact me also.
Anyone from Spain can take a note and contact with him. And Kafle. You're muted, Kafle.
Most of the time, I active on Facebook and Twitter, in email as well, and you can easily email me on the provided email in the screen. Besides that, you can contact me in Facebook and Kafleji, and in Twitter, Sanila Kafle. And whenever you message me, I will reply immediately. I'll try my best to reply as soon as
Thank
possible.
you. Julian.
I'm very much active on Facebook because I run the Facebook group as well. So you can actually contact me through Facebook, Twitter, or email as well.
Thanks. Olga?
You can contact me on Twitter. I prefer Twitter, but also you can find me on Facebook and other socials and on makewordpress.org.
Thank you. So, Zahir Bhai.
Yeah, I'm there on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn on social media, and I'm also my email address is also appearing on the screen. Those in India, they can message me, and we can get connected on phone as well.
Uh, Anthony.
My preferred method is email. That's the fastest turnaround, and also Twitter and Facebook. But Twitter and email for the fastest response.
Awesome. So, Michelle?
I prefer Twitter because I'm constantly getting notifications, and that's where I'm the most active. So you can find me on Twitter at Michelle Ames, and I'm always happy to answer any questions.
Franco?
I am in Facebook as Franco Giardina.com, on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn as Franco Giardina, or my website, francogiardina.com. Also in the email that you show on the screen.
Okay. So last but not least on the screen, Farouk, I apologize for having his Facebook and Twitter in a wrong position. Facebook should be Twitter, Twitter should be Facebook's. But Farouk, please tell it by yourself and which social media you prefer people to contact you. Farouk? Uh, I think he is having connection issues. I can speak for him. His Twitter would be Farouk47 and Facebook would be Farouk.Hassan.73. And you can email him at farouk@weDevs.com in the screen. And we have three more brand
Uh,
ambassadors from different country.
I mostly use
First, we have
Facebook to get connected with people, but I think you guys can hear
Farouk,
me.
I have shared your thing, but you
But
can speak.
you can find me on almost every.
Your connection is poor at this moment. So we have another brand ambassador from Cameroon. His name is Fru Emmanuel. He is right now not well due to sciatic nerve or something like that, and he is on bed rest. So you can email him at fru@wedev.com. You can also communicate with Ali Bashir if you're in the Middle East or in Lebanon. That is ali@weedevs.com. And you can also communicate with Tashi from Bhutan if you're in Bhutan at tashi@weedevs.com. Thank you, all of the brand ambassador, for being on the session. This after a long break because we were communicating and onboarding different brand ambassadors. So our community meetups were on hold, but we have restarted. And on the first meetup, we wanted to introduce our brand ambassador uh, to the world and audience so they can see how good they are, and if someone is feeling hesitant to join videos brand ambassador program, so they can get some inspiration and join. And you can communicate with me anytime, and my if you want to be a brand ambassador, you can email me at nizan@weDevs.com. So please don't be hesitant and communicate immediately. It's fun, and we share a lot of things. Not only we work, and we think our brand ambassador as our partner in that country. They're just not our brand ambassador, but they are our partners. So we treat them as partners. They have the whole ownership. They get a lot of insight from our company, and we train them, educate them, and we are a team, and we feel a special bonding. Like Olga was sick today. She was having cold and fever, but she jumped onto this call so that she don't miss it. She doesn't miss it. So that is the spirit and how we work, and it actually help us in our other works also. So please try to be try don't wait for it, just go for it and explore the VDevs brand ambassador program and be part of VDevs. So thank you everyone for your wonderful appearance and answers. I hope it will help the audience, and I am now moving forward into the next part that will help business around the world on this kind of pandemic situation, because for wave industry, We never got such sort of situation. Online businesses, offline businesses, uh, uh, in past 20 years, there was no pandemic like this. Maybe before that, but I recall 20 to 25 years. So it's very tough situation for us, and how we can overcome. We're always trying to do research and exploring different things to get more business and traction and keep our team safe. And it's online businesses happen to be one of the luckiest and safest form of business, where there is no cutoff or layoff of that much of layoff of employees. So uh, uh, for the business, how a brand ambassador program can impact. So Michelle is going to talk about that. So I'm handing over my floor to Michelle. And before I go, I would again ask all of our brand ambassador, please reshare so people know that our second session for the business is happening right now. And without further ado, I'm handing over to Michelle. Michelle, screen is yours.
Thank you. If you just share my screen, then people the presentation. There we go. So how a brand ambassador program can impact a business in a COVID world. And I'll tell you, the biggest secret is that this is not just for a COVID world. Brand ambassador programs work all the time, because we actually are in the business of the internet. And when you're in the business of the internet, it's something that always is global. So how do you build a brand ambassador program? So the first thing is you have to start with something that people want to sign up for. For example, if you have a terrible product, you should never build a brand ambassador program around it. However, if you have a product that people need, people want, and that works well, like we do with our suite of products at weDevs, then that's something you can absolutely build a community around. So start with a product that people really want to use, need to use, and that you can support well. Next is have a solid home team. So if you have a great product, that's awesome, but you have to have the infrastructure within your community, within your own business to support that. So you have to have developers that are strong developers. Your marketing and sales teams need to be able to support ambassadors and affiliates, especially as well. And then you also have to have support for your products. So if your brand ambassadors and your affiliates are out there selling tons of subscriptions, but your support team doesn't work well and doesn't get back to people, it's not something that's sustainable. If your development team isn't constantly looking for ways to improve your products and add to your products and enhance them, then you're going to have a product that people won't want to continue to support. So not only do you have to have the product to begin with, but you have to have the infrastructure within your company to make sure that it's something that people will continue to work with. So having the developers, the marketing team, the support staff, and your sales team are paramount to being able to continue to build that. Then you actually have to begin to build your brand. And this is where your marketing and sales teams come in together. You have to have logos that are recognizable. You have to start to build out on social. You have to build that reputation with your products, but also with the company as a whole. It's not like you can just start a Twitter account today and suddenly have thousands of followers. Those things take time to build. So you have to actually start with some really good branding. So develop the logo that is really eye-catching, that is pleasing, but that also makes sense to what you're doing. The weDevs logo, for example, it's interactive. There's colors, there's ways that you see action and motion in there. And that's because the suite of products that we have work well together. The people that are part of the brand and the community work well together. There's constant motion of moving forward and building better products as we move. So you don't start with a product 5 years ago and never enhance it and build it up. So that's the whole idea, is that you build that brand, you continue to move forward, and having that brand reputation and brand recognition is important in order to have an ambassador program that people will want to join and that will make it easy for people to work with. Then start with an affiliate program. Before you even jump into the ambassador program, start with the affiliate program. Look for people who are early adopters of your software, your plugins, your themes, whatever your business model is. Look for people who are frequent purchasers, and look for people who are shouting out into social media about how wonderful you are, and reach out to those people to start your affiliate program. So the people who are early adopters, frequent purchasers, and already are your product evangelists are the people that can really start to help you sell. And so if they're already doing those things, rewarding them is a great incentive. So coming up with an affiliate program where they earn a percentage of every sale that comes in through their affiliate link gives them incentive to continue to do those things that they're doing and to continue to shout out about your brand. Then it's so important, you have to hire a dynamic team builder. If you're going to have an ambassador program, you have to head that team up with somebody who is a very dynamic person that has a passion for your product and a passion for building community, because that person is going to be the cheerleader for the community, for your organization, and building all of those things together. So having somebody that understands how to build a team, how to build a community, somebody like we have in Mizanor, who is just somebody that makes you feel good about all that you're doing, that person is really somebody that's important in building that brand ambassador program. You need somebody who's not afraid to talk to people, who is passionate about what they're doing, and really enjoys working with the community. Then you start to build the community. So social media and social media groups are key here. So absolutely, one of the questions earlier was, is it limited to Facebook? Of course it is not limited to Facebook. But having social media groups on Facebook is a great place to start. You also have other places. You can build community in Twitter just by the following that you have on Twitter. It doesn't have to be a closed gated group per se. But you can build community around your Twitter account. You can build community in LinkedIn and in Facebook, on Slack, for example. And of course, when we do go back to having in-person events, and my fingers are crossed that that's going to be coming sooner rather than later, building community by actually shaking hands or whatever comes next after shaking hands, bumping elbows maybe, waving to people. But anyway, talking to people in person is going to be super important. And then having events like today where we can actually hear each other, see each other, and communicate via the internet is a great way to start to build a community also. Then you also have to plan your program. So it's not enough to just say, hey, do you want to be our ambassador? But you have to determine how your ambassador program will look. At weDevs, our ambassador program is geographic. So I'm the ambassador for the US, Olga's the ambassador for Russia. But in other businesses, maybe it's a different look. So maybe your product isn't just WordPress, but maybe you have a SaaS product. And so you want to be able to tap into communities that are in Drupal or Joomla or WordPress or different things like that. So determine what the region is, whether it's a geographic region, whether it's a software region, and determine how you're going to build your program that way. Is it an overarching community like WordPress, for example? In that case, maybe you are looking regionally, but if you're looking more specifically at other areas, you need to really nail down how you're going to do that so that people understand where they're working within and how they're reaching out to people, because you don't want your ambassadors stepping on each other's toes. Everybody has the same goal, of course, but they want to be able to understand clearly what their goals are specifically. And then determine what that compensation looks like and whether you're going to have contracts with those people. And I would highly suggest that you do. Contracts are something that really allows people to understand what is expected of them and what their limitations are, as well as how they can help you grow the brand and what they can expect from you in return. Then you need to set about recruiting your stars. Now, I realize that makes it sound like I'm saying I'm a star. And I guess, in some ways, right, if you have some following and if people know who you are, then you kind of are a star in the community. Your ambassadors should be people who are influential in their circles. They should be able to speak about your product and your brand intelligently, and they should be entirely enthusiastic about community, whether that's the overarching community like WordPress, the community that you have built specifically for your company, whatever that community is, they should be enthusiastic about community in general and making sure that people are all part of that. So influential, product knowledge, and then enthusiasm, I think, are the three things that you really want to look for in recruiting who your ambassadors are. But then also you need to train them. Make sure that your ambassadors have all of the tools that they need to be successful. They need to have access to the product. They need to be able to understand how it works, implement it on their own staging sites or their own sandboxes, and understand so that when somebody says to them, you know, how does Docan work and how do I implement that? They have answers. They understand how to respond to those questions and not be like, well, let me get back to you. You know, you've empowered them. You've given them the tools to be successful in sharing who you are and what your products are. Give them access to brand assets so they have a way to use the logos. They understand how to use the logos, how to talk about your product. And then also give them access to human beings that can answer their questions. If they have a question about a specific product and how it works, they should be able to talk to your support staff or your developers and be able to get those questions answered, whether that's through somebody who is going to help determine who that is. It doesn't mean that they necessarily can just call up every person in your company, but they have to have a way to access the information that they need from human beings and not just always referred to your website. And then you need to empower those people. Give them a proper set of guidelines. Your ambassadors should be ready to take on the world and share your products and share your communities and share your brand with everybody. It's kind of like a river. If you think about a river starts somewhere. It builds, it travels, and it becomes a force. I'm going to bring it home and show you a river here, the Hudson River here in New York. It has its source up in the Adirondack Mountains in what's called Tears of Clouds Lake. It's a very small lake. You can see that. It's almost like a pond. It's very small, and it's up in the Adirondack Mountains. I've been there. It starts. These are the headwaters of the Hudson River. I was able to, when I was in my teens, I was able to step across one foot to the other and stand across the Hudson River because that's how small it is as it feeds out of that pond or that lake down into what would become the river that we think of when we think of the river. There are tributaries to a river, and these are your affiliates. These are your ambassadors. These are your team, your developers, your marketers. The tributaries all help build what comes from that small little stream into something bigger. There are waterfalls along the way, and waterfalls are a way that speeds up a river. It gets it going. It really puts that energy into it. As we know, water is a huge force that can turn turbines and create energy, and waterfalls really help build that energy. And those are the things that you empower your brand ambassadors and your team with. So those are your brands, those are your guides, those are the ways that you've empowered them to move forward. Like the Hudson River, as you continue to have your tributaries, your waterfalls, it's going to grow and grow. So what was a small creek that I could once stand across now takes bridges to get across because the power and the energy and the size of the community has grown until we see it at the mouth of the river for all it's known, and it feeds out. In the case of the Hudson River, it feeds out into the Atlantic Ocean. It's a well-known, powerful source, and that's what your brand ambassador program can be too, a well-known and powerful source. Be like the river, build it, grow it, and become that force. Just that empower businesses around the world. Your brand ambassadors, most of whom you've met today, are the people that can answer those questions and put you in touch with the products that can help empower your business. And if you have questions about that, we are always happy to answer them. You've seen our social media accounts, you've seen our email addresses. If you aren't in a region that has an ambassador, maybe think about becoming an ambassador, or at the very least, an affiliate with weDevs, or reach out to Mizan, and he can always answer any questions that you have. Mizan, I'm turning it back over to you. That's my quick and easy idea of how you can get started. Of course, if anybody has questions about that, they can reach out to either you or me, and I'd be happy to share my PowerPoint with them as well.
Thank you for this wonderful session, and I hope business can have some new ideas and how they can implement brand ambassador program to their business and grow into next level. And it actually helps to connect to the community in a green way, and in this particular way people get more trust into that brand, and they get more traction and leads and business. And I agree with you, we start from a little drop and we then become an ocean. So just start, and hopefully it will take your business into the next level. We got another message and comment from Mike, and he says, "Nice to meet you all." And he especially thanked Michelle for the follow.
My
And
pleasure.
Pavitra Depanath said, "I love weDevs." Thank you,
Me
Pavitra.
too.
We too love the weDevs, and we love you.
That's right.
Thank you, Michelle, once again. And we are going to have regular shows from now on, maybe bi-weekly, 2 shows, maybe one live or one pre-recorded, or we will ask you to join in our show. Like, we will have some Zoom types of session when where you can join and you can share your voice and opinions, suggestions. If you have any complaint, we would love to hear that too. And by these sort of activities, we'll build a community and we'll make better products which will make better business for you. So thank you, Michelle, and you will see me and Michelle in those shows, hopefully, and other brand ambassadors also. So uh, it's over an hour, so it's actually 1 hour and 12 minutes right now, and still we have 112 audience with us. So that is good, and very happy to serve you through this show. And we are thankful to you that you have kept yourself so far, and encouraged us to continue, and will continue for you. Hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.